been crazy here for me. Man, I'm gonna have to go real fast. So I only have like not even 10 minutes. Okay. Question. Why don't they get along? Why isn't there common ground where there is in some areas and there aren't in others? I think it's generally because of the heart. You know, I think mankind has grown accustomed to having his or her own way. Therefore, it limits their ability to see things as they are. I'm hoping you're getting this right. All right. The world that I remember studying is that of scientific advancements before the flood, where science was a big thing, and God may have even destroyed the entire world, because at the rate things were going, at the rate of their advancement, they could very easily have did some things that was displeasing to him. On the other hand, this is something you can see in the Bible as far as science is concerned. You can see in the Bible, or I can't see, among scientists where, should I say, I don't know whether or not there are any scientists that have as yet debunked anything that was scientific, or any of the scientific claims in the Bible. So in essence what I'm saying is, for all atheists to disbelieve in the Bible for all that they say, why haven't anyone come up or came forth, at least to me anyway, and debunked the claims, the scientific claims made in the Bible? I want to read to you one scientific claim. See, on earth there's a lot of things, but this is what the Bible says about in outer space. It says, I'm reading out of Job, Job 28, I gotta go so fast, 38, 38, 31. It said, canst thou mind the sweet influences of Pleiades?
The library will close in 5.
Or lose the bands of Orion? And is that something that you can see with the naked eye? Is that spiritual? Is that divine? Can anybody just figure that out by observing Orion and Pleiades? In another place in the Bible it says that God turned the mountains upside down, and this is what I believe took place in the flood, or after the flood. All those scientific advancements of the previous world, the antediluvian world, he buried those things, to bring man back to his center, to bring man back to the point where his focus is more accurate or more correct. Man, I hate that I gotta do this like this, but it is what it is. But he buried those things. It's underneath mountains and deep into the earth. Some of that has turned into oils or what have you. I believe it's a lot to be said of that time, of which I have no time right now. But in another place, even it speaks in the Bible of the third heaven. Okay, man, I got 5 minutes. Third heaven. We don't know about the third heaven. It doesn't. We can't cover that. I can't cover that because I can't tell you. I know that there's 3 things in our universe that we know of. We know of our Earth. We know of space. outer space, and we know of black holes. We know of them. We don't know all the dynamics or all the that they entail, but we know of them. Okay, this is what the Bible says in Genesis, real fast. It says, and I might go over this again in some other, but for now, it says, Genesis. Verse 9, 1 verse 9, and God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. So, there, it speaks of this, on this earth there is a heaven, the open air, as some people will call it, but the Bible speaks of the third heaven. It speaks of three heavens. Well, logically, if we hold one on earth with gravity and oxygen, and if these things are constitute of a heaven, then we know of outer space, and then we know of black holes. And I'm out of time. Listen, the question of the week, or until I can get back to you, I'm trying to do at least once a week, comes from him.
Even if Jesus told us that he'd stay out of it, he could be lying. Many of you will reject this possibility because you believe that Jesus cannot lie. So let's use a different example. Say there is some being out there, not Jesus, but someone else, that has control over everything down to the smallest subatomic particle. That being could easily manipulate our minds to perceive all sorts of outcomes for the experiment, and there would be no way for us to know. Therefore, we either allow ourselves to believe our senses, or we allow that there is a supernatural element. You can't allow for both without deluding yourself. And just in case anyone wants to gripe about my idea of believing our senses, I'll note that I don't mean just believing the senses of one person. I mean believing the senses of a community of experts who regularly challenge each other's work and often enjoy discrediting each other.